Oh, 424.
ねえねえ、今日はちょっと中庭で食べない？
Let me think. Okay, so we've had a day for Ludina, Yorihime, Julie. So that leaves Lucy, Karen, and Yune. So which one will it be today? Well, maybe not today. Then when the next day it's focusing on a character.
中庭、外で食べてもいいのですか？別に怒られはしないよ。さ、私、ちょっとみんなに言っておきたいことがあって。
The usually vibrant Shibuyan suddenly looked solemn, and everyone looked at one another in confusion. We all left the cafeteria with trays in hand. It was like she said. It wasn't that we weren't allowed to, but there was only a handful of people who did.
じゃあ、私がこんなこと言うなんてちょっと緊張しちゃうけど、ルーチェのことなんだ。
Is this Lucy's day?
私？みんなの間で評判になってるのよ。評判？評判になるのも当然でしょうな。何しろルーチェお嬢様のこの美貌ときたら、吐きだめにつるとはまさにこのことにござる。
Yeah, but the way she's saying it doesn't sound like she's developing a good reputation.
吐きだめた言うわね。そりゃいい評判なら何も言うことはないんだけどさ。
Wow, like I said.
言いますと、よもやまさかの悪い評判？ま、人間か。もとい学園のこそっこの評判などみじんも気にしませんかな。
Well, listen, Dora, to be fair, you could probably get away with saying humans, since you aren't a human, you know? I don't think it's gonna give away that Lucy isn't, but sure, you can change up your... You can change it on the fly. Dora shook from side to side as if bottling up a torrent of rage.
今なんて言おうとしたの？いえ、まあいいけど。別に悪い評判でもないのよ。だからそれはルーチェにもドーラにも勘違いしないでほしいんだけど。
Look, all I'm saying, Dora, is I don't think people are going to buy the fact that I don't think they're going to buy the excuse that you're only saying things that other people have said, right? I think that's pretty much been debunked, so I don't think they care if you say human.
結局どういうこと？つまりルーチェって周りからちょっと近寄りがたいと思われているみたいで。
I mean, she does have that Himadere aura around her.
そうなの
？Yu-chan asked if it was as if it was unexpected to her.
そりゃあまあそうでしょう。だってこんなエキゾチックな美人でさ、親衛隊の言い草じゃないけど、見るだけで目がつぶれそうなんて言ってる男子結構いるんだよ。
Yeah, but wouldn't that be the same for Karen and Julie then?
なるほど。どうやら下々にもそこそこの審美眼は備わっていたようでございますな。
Is that really the explanation? Because, like, I ain't buying it.
ちょっとうるさいわね、ドーラ。静かにしなさい。よい。でもね、やっぱりそれだけじゃなくて、というのは、 ルーチェってちょっととっつきにくいところがあるし。そう？愛想がないんだよな、ルーチェは。きっとそのせいだよ。愛想ね。
Lucy didn't quite understand what Karen was implying.
愛想ですと？我がお嬢様が何故小僧に愛想を振りまかなければならんのです。黙りなさいってば。
Lucy's cold glare cut Dora down to size.
いや別に愛想を振りまけって言ってるわけじゃないけどね。ただもうちょっと歩み寄りの姿勢を見せてもいいんじゃないかなとかそう思うわけよ。確かにその通りですね。せっかくこうして学校に通っているわけですし、お友達の輪が広がれば嬉しいですものね。そうね。でも歩み寄りね。具体的にどうすればいいのかしら。だいたい私としては周りを拒絶しているつもりは全くないのだけど。
Shibuyan's words did indeed ring true. At the end of the day, Lucy was beautiful. Too beautiful, in fact. And we maintained that she was from a foreign country, so it was inevitable that people felt overwhelmed. So even to have typical interactions, Lucy had to be willing to display enthusiasm and take the initiative. But she wasn't that type of girl. And as a result, everyone had put this beautiful girl up on a pedestal.
じゃあ、私とユーナでジュングリにクラスメートをお昼に誘ってみようか。あ、それいいんじゃないかな。私たちが間に立って輪を広げていければ。
They seemed on board with their own plan, but the same couldn't be said for Lucy. The nexus in all this. Her expression was mostly indifferent.
乗り気じゃない？なんて言うのかしら。やるからには自分でという気持ちがあるのよ、私には。ルーチェってすぐムキになるもんな。カリンにだけは言われたくないわよ。いずれにしろ周りの助けがなければ交流の輪も広がらない。では情けないじゃないの。そうかな。遠い国から来た転校生なんだし、しょうがないとは思うけど。いいえ、自分のことはやはり自分でどうにかしなければね。そのお心がけ、さすがの一言でござりまする。ルーチェお嬢様こそ生まれついての誠の王者。ただまあ自信と無茶を取り違えることだけは控えていただきとうございましたが。
Yeah.
なんですって。
But I would have said more so arrogance instead of recklessness.
いえ。じゃあ早速その方策を考えてみないといけないわね。まあそんなに深く考える必要はないと思うけどね。あくまで普通が一番というか。
Shibuyan tried to keep it low-key, but Lucy already looked determined.
いいえ、やるからにはちゃんとやらないと。この人すぐムキになるから。聞こえてるわよ。まあこの私が本気になれば。
Lucy stood up and struck a pose.
クラスメートの男子も女子もすぐに虜にしてみせるわよ。それはちょっと違うんじゃないかな。 ら。
I don't know. I think you should try and see them as your equals.
対等。それに、ユータがいるので、男子を虜にしてもしょうがないと思うです。男子はしもべよ。
You just dished equal on the opposite side of the spectrum.
冗談よ。けど、対等な関係か。お嬢様は生まれながらの王者ですぞ。庶民と対等などへそが茶を沸かす話でござる。
Lucy laughed with pride at Dora's previous comment, but afterwards she looked thoroughly unsure. What Dora is saying isn't exactly wrong, depending on your perspective. Lucy's regal flair and straightforward speech was part of her appeal in my opinion. On the other hand, she was residing in a different world. It would be nice to see her with some friends she can consider equals. At least, that was my take on things. Well, she does have friends she considers equals. People who are equals, aka the other 5 girls that are royalty. Well, excluding Yuna, but you know. Lucy came to visit me that night.
昼間のこと、ちょっと考えてはみたのだけど、私一人ではなかなか浮かばなくて。ドーラなんか相談相手にもならないでしょ。いつもずれたことしか言わないんだから。
Oh God. Yuta, learn from the mistakes of the past. If you're going to suggest Lucy look up on the internet how to make friends, don't leave her to her whims. She's going to find you a fucking Arrogate collection. True.
それでユータのところに来たというわけよ。
Sure. Lucy nodded and seemingly gathered her thoughts.
それにしても、私ってそんなに近寄りがたいような感じかしらね。
Well, Dora was at least right in saying that you come off as a princess. Plus, considering our cover story, you're the princess of some country. So, someone like that would naturally be hard to approach for students here. I mean, it was kind of a smart idea for Karen and Julie to say they weren't royalty in that story, so yeah.
思えば友人も似たような身分だし、メイドたちが貸し付いてくるお城の中は別としても、意識したことはなかったわね。それに根本的に言って、ここは人間界。ドーラは小僧だのなんだのとうるさいけれど、私としては周りを市民のように思ったことはないもの。
I see. I knew she was being honest. Also, piggybacking on what Shibuyan was saying, you're exotic and beautiful.
あら。
Lucy couldn't repress her grin.
身分のことではそんなものと思った私だけど、そっちのことでは十分納得できるわね。
Yeah, and it is super effective on the guys.
ええ。けれど、ユータは気遅れすることはないのよ。
He's gotten used to it.
なぜってあなたは私の愛しい人なのだから。
Yeah. Having just said something so sincere, she still had to laugh to mask her embarrassment. But honestly, I guess I've never felt like like she was way out of my league. Thinking why, it was likely because I could feel her attraction to me. Because you're my love. It didn't matter if she was a princess or maddeningly beautiful. I couldn't, goddamn. If she felt that way, I would reciprocate naturally.
まあ、男子の友達は別にいらないわね。やっぱり同性の友達よ。
You need a space for the girl and the friend like you did with the guy and the friend. Yeah, you said as much at lunch, but you still want to do something about it yourself?
ええ。
Oh. If you charged Yuchan and Shibuyan with this task, I know things would go a lot smoother. But it seemed she had made up her mind. Alright, then. Well, how about a smile?
スマイル？
It's the first step to being friendly. Try and laugh at me, Lucy.
おかしいこともないのに笑えないわよ。
Come on, don't say that. I didn't mean laugh your head off.
こう？あ、笑うなんて失礼ね。
Sorry. It just looks so forced. You just need to have a natural smile when you chat with your classmates. I think that's what you meant. What they meant when they said passion at lunch today.
愛想ね。
They say men are muscles and women are winsome. Excuse me? Who's they? Well, regardless of gender, people who are passionate and emotive are more likable.
となると、カリンの言うことも珍しく正しかったのかしらね。
Lucy wasn't by any means a cold person, but like she just mentioned, in her day-to-day, she was never around normal people. Her friendliness didn't factor in when she interacted with her maids, and it was likely she lacked many chances to laugh and smile naturally. It's just a matter of getting used to it. You're always smiling when we talk, after all. So you just need to try and exude that cheeriness even with people you don't know.
ではそのためにはやっぱり練習ね。練習。
I mean, look, Lucy. All I'm saying is that Luna is going to have a harder time doing this. So you've already got the advantage of having been able to interact with so many people, regardless of if you've had to be friendly with them or not. Lucy had an almost plastered smile. This might have the opposite effect. Of course, I wouldn't dare suggest that.
これは鏡を見て練習しないとダメか。ゆうた、ありがとう。参考になったわ。
Look, I don't think you should be practicing smiling. That's some sociopath shit, alright? The only people who actively, like, look in a mirror and practice a smile are people who can't actually smile. People who don't know how to display emotions, right? Yeah, no problem.
じゃあ、さようなら。
Bye. Would this work out? I didn't tell her anything weird, but I was concerned nonetheless. $4.25. The next day, we met up in front of my house as usual.
ルーチェ、なんか悪いもんでも食べた？どういう意味よ。だって変にニヨニヨしてるから。なんだよ、 なんか食べるなら私も呼んでよ。違うわよ。そもそも悪いものを食べたいのでしょうか。それでどうしたんですか？確かに今朝はいつもと明らかに表情が違うような。ええ。
Lucy explained the situation to them. According to her, she sat in front of the mirror and practiced for hours on end to look on her natural smile. Like I said, that is sociopath shit, right? And this was the result of that.
自然なスマイル？どこが？
I mean, like, it's... Yeah. Karen never pulled any punches.
ちょっと根を詰めすぎたかしらね。すっかり顔の筋肉が固まってしまったような感じがあるわ。とはいえ、せっかく練習したんだし、今日は早速この成果を披露するわよ。
People don't usually practice smiling. That's the problem here.
むしろ黒メガネとマスクを買った方がいいんじゃない？どういう意味よ。
Honestly, I kind of feel the same way.
もう、ゆうたまで。
Last night's pervasive fear seemed to be materializing before my eyes.
平気よ。カリンも他のみんなもただ慣れていないだけ。
I'm used to seeing the smirk, but it's not a smile.
そうかな。慣れればきっと親しみのあるスマイルとはこういうことを言うのかと、みんな目から鱗の気分になるわね。
She's cocky, all right.
ルチェお嬢様はどのような表情をされても美しくございまする。
Even Dora is having a hard time defending it.
なんで目をそらしながら言うのよ。でもルーチェのその意気込みはきっとみんなに通じるよ。
Yu-chan's well-intentioned comment may have finally driven the point home for Lucy.
せめて喋らないときは普通の表情をしていた方がいいと思うのだけど。ただなんだか本当に固まってしまったのよね。
Lucy massaged both her cheeks with her hands.
筋肉が弛緩するお釣りに素敵なマジックアイテムを使うです。
Excuse me?
いらないわよ。というかどういう敵よ。
We had no choice but to head into school with Lucy's grimace still plastered on her face. We changed into our indoor shoes and entered the hallway. She was already attracting lots of attention, and probably not for a good thing. Not in a good way. Once we entered the classroom, a ripple of confusion tore through the air.
どうしたの？なんか悪いもんでも食べた？
That's crazy. Me and Karen have the same reaction.
いえ。ああ、そういうことだったんだ。
See, there's the smile face you're supposed to have. Oh, yeah, sprite face. Like yesterday, we ate out in the quad for lunch. Her stiff smile had finally subsided, and her face was back to normal.
でも偉いな。早速実行するなんて。どうも。でも結局意味がなかったわね。 最初にちょっとびっくりされただけのことで、あとはいつも通りだったわ。でも今の話を聞いて私思ったんだけど、ルーチェのそういう熱意はそのうちきっとみんなに伝わるんじゃないかな。そうかしら。
Lucy seemed upset, but as she had at Yu-chan's good Lucy seemed upset just as she had at Yu-chan's good intentions.
いや本当に最初から難しく考える必要はないんだよ。難しく考えるか。ルーチェの方にその気があるなら、そしたらあとはきっかけさえあればトントンと話は進むって。
Just think happy thoughts. Sure. Lucy nodded with a smile, and that smile was as natural as could be.
学校からの連絡になりますが、あさっての土曜日、恒例の献血協力ボランティアが行われます。
Oh boy. You know, I feel like this would have been more appropriate for Lucy's part. Not the whole fucking smile thing.
先頭の人、このパンフレットを配ってください。
Yes. The pamphlets made their way around the room. Love Blood Drive was emblazoned in big letters.
献血の意義や注意点などが書かれています。参加を考えている人は必ず目を通してください。
I recalled seeing it last year. Our school always participated in the annual blood drive around here.
なお念のためですが、献血はもちろん強制ではありません。純然参加不参加で内申書に影響が出るようなことも一切ありませんから、その点は気にしないようにしてください。
Also, really? Because if I remember correctly, fucking it was mandatory for me every year.
なお念のためですが、献血はもちろん強制ではありません。純然たるボランティアとなります。参加希望の人は土曜日の放課後、グラウンドに集合してください。お昼は先に済ませてくださいね。
Homer ended and Lucy leaned over to talk to me.
献血ってどういうこと？血を差し出すの？
Yep, that's it.
ふーん。血を。
Yeah. Lucy frowned as she read, vampires likely had no custom to donate blood.
ちょっと見てみたい気もするけど。
I think they have a bigger custom in drinking it. Wanna go? You can decide there if you're gonna donate or not.
じゃあそうしようかしら。
How about you two? I asked Karen and Julie as well.
血を抜くの？なんかちょっと怖いけど。
After you donate, they'll give you all the stacks of juice you want.
行く！
That was fast.
お菓子って何が置いてあるの？ゴジバのチョコは？
Excuse me? What? Probably not that fancy.
残念。でもいいんだ。バクバク食べちゃおう。
Including rotten food. We figured we found that part out as well. Don't eat all of it. How about you, Julie?
そうですね。初めてのことで私もちょっと不安はありますけど、ただ意義は尊いと思いましたので参加しようと思います。
Yeah, but like the next question is their blood compatible with humans? Right? Do they have the same blood typings? Oh, commendable. I ignored it last year. Maybe I'll try and give some blood this year.
回はみんなで行ってみよっか。
Yeah, let's do it.
じゃあ私も行くよ。
We ran it by Yorihime and Lunala that night, and they agreed to come as well. Lunala's reason to participate was, unsurprisingly, a little different.
血液がマテリアルになるとは盲点でした。マテリアルが私を呼んでいるです。
Yep. Blood isn't materials. Blood, yeah, because blood is one material, okay? 426. I can't hold it. They're all taken. No choice. Gotta use the first year's toilets. I hurried up the stairs, but they were all full too. What the fuck? I lived skipping steps down to the third year floor. That's a weird layout. I would expect third years to be at the top, first years at the bottom, and then second year. Look, I already thought it was weird enough that first years were above second years, but like, I didn't know they were above third years as well. I leapt skipping steps down to the third year floor. If those were full too, I was gonna. But there was an open stall. I managed to relieve myself with no disaster. Where is this going? Where? Oh, okay. I walked back through the hall and made eye contact with Yorihime. I didn't have anything particular to say to her, but I couldn't just ignore her.
こんにちは。
Hi. Oh, your boyfriend's back! Nah, I'm not her boyfriend. You're Ushio-kun. Fuck. You're Ushio, right? I'm jealous of you. Why is that? Because a girl this gorgeous is your girlfriend. I just said she's not. Although everyone here, everyone knew that I was her, among another hand of other girls, a fiancé. I had been seen with her a lot, so them thinking that was understandable. we were just talking about that too. About what? How we can be as beautiful and smart as Yorihime. I was stumped. It was true she was in a class of her own, but it was weird to state it so bluntly. Well, I guess girls were more direct about praising or complimenting or insulting, especially insulting other beautiful girls. Huh? You don't think she is? No, I definitely do. Oh, your boyfriend's talking you up. My voice is not... It is not consistent between the three girls. I'm not her boyfriend. I was usually pretty level, but talking to these older girls was making me seem like such an awkward little boy. She's like the perfect human being.
完璧などということは決してありませんよ。
I don't know, maybe you don't... The reason you don't have boyfriends is because you sound like that. Huh? Really? You're just being modest, right?
いいえ。
She had her usual smile as she humbly refused such praise.
抜けているというのか、だらしのないところがありますから。
Sloppy. The only time Yorihime should be sloppy is when she's giving the top. Never mind. She was speaking the language of high school girls. What? No way! You're kidding.
本当のことです。
You? But you're so proper all the time, Yorihime. Yeah, yeah. Like, even your way of talking is perfect. Yorihime, imperfect, sloppy, puppy. It seemed like a logical fallacy, but such adjectives could be associated with someone like her. Such adjectives could be associated with someone like her. So, come on. What do you mean? Like, you don't change your panties some days? I'm gonna go. Bye.
はいさよなら
You can keep talking about girl stuff, like changing your underwear every day. What? Or not changing your underwear every day. I bowed subtly to the older girls and swiftly backed out of the classroom. So, you don't change your panties? Well, that was up to them, really. Yorihime's imperfect aspects, huh? I'd like to see those, actually. Look, just because she doesn't change her panties doesn't mean I'm going to change her in the rankings. She's still at the bottom. So bored. I was sick of playing video games, and I already finished the magazine that I brought earlier, and nothing's on TV. I flipped through the channels once more, then hit the power button. What to do? Isn't there any way to pass the time? Go tease Dora, just go to sleep. Why is that an option? What? Okay, so the correct answer is just go to sleep for Luna. But funnily enough, the only person whose option is to go tease Dora is not Lucy, but Julie, for some reason. But either way, just go to sleep. Okay, guess I'll just hop into bed. 1 sheep, 2 sheep. It's not just surprising because it's Julie instead of Lucy, but it's more surprising that Julie's option isn't sleep, especially because her main power is, well, she already fucking showed it off when she drained his fucking balls through his hands in his dream like the few nights ago. I can't sleep yet. I hadn't even showered or brushed my teeth. What was I thinking? Now what? I lay there scratching my head and remembered Yorihime mentioning she likes romance novels and that she doesn't change her panties every day. I mean, if you're invested, Yuta, please stop by and I will loan you one. Romance novels. To be frank, I had no idea. I had no interest. But it was good to try new things. She didn't have a bell on her door or anything. I stood at the bottom of the small stairs, the Kizuhashi, and called out to her. And after a brief pause, I heard her voice, but had to second guess myself. Normally she would greet me in her excessively formal and proper manner, but just hearing her utter "come in" from inside made me hesitate. Maybe she had her hands full? I don't want to interrupt her or anything. Look, just because last time you were told to come in, you caught them changing, doesn't mean that's gonna happen with Yorihime, okay? Them as in Ludina. I debated for a moment and stepped up into her room. Huh? She's not here? No way. I glanced around the room and saw a figure in the sleeping space. Did she respond while she was just laying there? Maybe she's too tired to get up. Being cautious, just in case, I tiptoed over toward her. Yeah? I flashbanged over toward her. Oh my. I'm probably gonna have to censor that one, aren't I? Look, it's unfortunate that it's such a small thing to censor for the YouTube watchers, but if it's such a big deal, just come over to the Patreon, okay? It's not that hard. It's just okay. Maybe it is. It's $5 a month. Whatever. I gulped as my voice cut off. Not because she was sleeping. Oh man. They look 3 days old. I mean, Yorihime was intently peering downward and didn't seem to notice me yet. You know, I was gonna make a joke of she's busy not changing her panties. But, you know, it seems like she would sense me here. I didn't think she's sleeping with her eyes open, right? I don't think she's sleeping with her eyes open, right? I don't think this is a good sleeping position. Your arms would fucking die.
そうそう、そこです。そこで愛の告白を。
He's just focused very intently on her romance novel. Talking to herself. Upon closer inspection, I noticed she had a book in her hand. Oh, she was reading.
あら、いきなりベッドを共にいたなんて。
Okay, maybe it's more. I think it's more than just a romance novel in that case. Her voice sounded bashful, but she hungrily turned the next page. Even from behind, I could tell her eyes were poring over the lines of text. She still had no idea I was standing stiff as a board behind her. Yeah, there's definitely one body part that was stiff as a board. I mean,
生気を裂くような感触ってどんな感触かしら。
probably should do that. But wow, you didn't have to zoom in on her panties again. Fucking, my eyes were drawn in deeper and deeper. I can't. This is blatantly peeping. Yorihime. Sorry, I just, heard you respond.
返事。そうですね。確かに私、お隣に対して声を返したような。
No, I'm not doing it. I'm not saying it. A comma?
訪問のことです。
Oh, that's a weird way to put it.
私も小説で覚えました。
We couldn't just be here chatting like this. Yorihime finally grasped the situation and hurried to reset her posture. I spun around and left her sleeping area. Come on, man. What's there to be embarrassed about? She definitely didn't do it on purpose, like Luna, but still. Also, like, what does this have to do with any of the other girls? That you can't choose to just go tease Dora. Whoa, oh, my heart is thumping. Because, like, the guide would say it doesn't matter if I could just go tease Dora to have Luna's ending, right? Route. It wasn't hot at all, but I felt sweaty all over. You're still showing your ass. I'm really sorry. I bowed my head in apology. I intruded into your private space.
いえ、私こそ気がつきませんで。それにしても、未来の夫とも思い定めた殿方にだらしがないところを見せてしまいました。
Look, all I'm saying is that All that did was raise your standing in the ranks. But because Julie's was also gone up, you have not changed. Sloppy? I didn't think so at all.
そうでしょうか。
No way. Your butt's so soft and perfect. How could you call it sloppy? Excuse me? I don't think that's what she was referring to. I might have shot myself in the foot.
ゆうたさん、そんなところを見ていたのですか、さっき。
At your eyes. Oh god, Yorihime was angry. Sorry. I put my hands together as if in prayer and bowed as deep as I could. But, how could I not have? My eyes were just drawn there, and, I closed my eyes only after only a second. Really? Because, it looked like fucking 5 minutes to me.
なんだか言い方が怪しかったようですが。
Well, it might have been just longer than a second.
まあ、ゆうたさんたら。
Yorihime smiled and I took a deep breath of relief. Just a smile changed in... just a small change in that smile, though, was the difference between tenderness and malice. You were reading, right? Was that a novel?
はい、恋愛小説です。ちょっと過激なところもあって、ついつい引き寄せられてしまいました。
Yeah, it's called 50 Shades of Grey. Vivid? Oh, you mumbled something about fresh wood, right? That was... what? That was that scene?
それは焚き木を作るシーンですよ。
Look, Yorihime. We already know how perverted you are, okay? You don't need to fucking... You don't need to hide it. And now she was the one fibbing. And I thought you used dry wood, not fresh for firewood. Wow, so you really like your novels?
そうなんです。読んでいるうち、つい物語の世界に没入してしまって。
Look, all I'm saying is that if you didn't announce yourself, Yorihime would have probably been doing something that you definitely wouldn't that she definitely wouldn't have wanted you to see if she kept reading.
ですので、さっきの返事も全く無意識のものでした。
No one was here when I entered, so I was a little shocked. Then I thought I saw you in your bed. So you said it was sloppy, right? What did you mean by that?
つまり、あんな姿勢で本を読んでいたわけですから。
No, I think there are more sloppy positions that you could be reading in. Like me. Oh, that kind of sloppy. There's nothing sloppy about that. Everyone reads like that, right?
ただ、短座して初見台に向かう。これがあるべき正しい姿かと思いましたので。
Yeah, that's too much work. What are we, monks? Monkeys? I chuckled as I spoke and Yorihime smiled back.
それもそうですね。
Look, formal reading, I'll give you that, maybe, you know, the proper way, but like, there's nothing formal about a fucking sex scene in a romance novel, okay? So, if you were talking about stuff like this after class today...
そうですが?
I see. So Yurihime's standards were strict, and her sloppy may have more or less been our normal. Well, I think her sloppy is mainly due to her parents' strictness. Probably. After hearing her mention that today, I remember thinking I wanted to see her sloppy side. You didn't need to show them again. But I actually got to witness a greater treasure.
ひゆたさん
Uh-oh.
今ちょっとぼーっとしていたようですので、どうしたのかなと。
If I see those closed eyes, I know that he's fucked up. Oh, yeah, right. The reason I came.
はい。
Not, never mind. Could you possibly loan me one of your books?
はい、もちろんです。
She nodded enthusiastically and disappeared back into her sleeping area. She came right out with a book in hand.
では、これをどうぞ。最近のお気に入りなんです。
Thanks.
これは女性作家による性愛描写が話題になったもので。
You know, I was gonna say, maybe Yorihime should give him a book that doesn't have any explicit sex scenes. Because she wouldn't want to come off as, you know, improper, right? But the way she's describing it, erotic symbolism?
やっぱりやめておきましょう、こんな本は。おほほほ。
Yeah, she wasn't thinking about that. Okay. I already had the book in my hands as Yorihime wrenched it from me. And again, she disappeared back behind her bed. What kind of erotic symbolism did it have? I had never read a romance novel, so I couldn't begin to guess.
お待たせしました。これです。本当はこれがおすすめなんです。
Yeah, you wouldn't want to come off as a freak. That would also be part of your sloppy side. Your sloppy toppy side. Never mind. Okay. My face was a little hot as I took the book from her. What kind of book is this?
小学生の男の子女の子の恋愛模様を描いたものです。いいですよ。
Yeah.
爽やかで。
It's innocent, so that Yorihime doesn't come off as a freak. A kid's love story honestly sounded too PG for me, but I couldn't just refuse her recommendation. Thanks. I'll borrow it for a bit. And then you find out there is an extremely explicit sex scene at the very end of the book that she completely forgot about.
Hi.
Yeah, it's not going to go down that direction, but it'd be funny if it did. It'd be funny if it did. Phew. So, like, what did this have to do with the other girls that also had the option of going to sleep? I looked up at the sky. I wasn't really tired, but I still sighed heavily. I'm getting antsy just thinking about it. You didn't have to Bro. Oh man. Trying not to think about it had the opposite effect, preventing me from getting much sleep. Or 27. It was the day of the blood drive. We were to go to the field after eating lunch. Probably a good idea. That's probably around a good time to have the blood drive right after everyone's eaten, so that you don't feel completely drained after you get your blood drained out of you, and not any other bodily fluid. Never mind. Our school only had class until noon on Saturdays, but since sports teams were practicing too, the cafeteria was open.
これから血を抜くんだもん。たくさん食べないとね。カリンはいつものことでしょ。ただ、パンフレットに空腹時は避けてくださいとありましたね。
Right. So you need to eat up too, Lucy.
ええ、普通にはね。
Yeah.
ただ献血するかどうかはまだわからないけれど。
being a vampire and all, she probably had some different thoughts about giving or receiving blood.
電車に乗って移動するんですか？
Yep. The Blood Donation building is right outside Araragi Station. We're always asking for blood donations over there, but they're always asking for blood donations over there. But I'd never contemplated giving any.
電車です。電車は初めて。楽しみです。みんなまだ荒木駅の方は行ったことないの？
Well, the princess is nodding in response to Shibuyan's query.
じゃあ献血が終わったらちょっと歩こっか。いいわね。
We finished eating and headed over to the field. Whoa, a lot of people here.
本当だ。去年もこんなにいたのかな。めぐみは去年行った？ただ先生の話だと毎年参加者は少ないってことだし、多分ルーチェたちが行くなら自分もって人が多かったんじゃない？
Of course they did. You know what? Maybe that's a good thing. That normally would have been a silly idea, but with the appearance of the Royal Guards, anything was possible. All the participants walked in a massive line to the nearby Shirakawa station.
なんだか遠足みたいでいいね。
But like, why aren't they doing the blood drive at the school? You know what? Maybe it's because I went to private school, because whenever we had to do a blood drive, it was always at the school, right? So yeah, I was confused. Totally.
遠足といえば明日は遠足だそうです。何それ？ねえねえゆうた、先生からそんな話出た？私聞いてない。かりんのことだもの。大方ぼーっとしていたんじゃないの
？Only the first years are going. Nothing was mentioned about it in our class.
ほら。けど、1年生だけってどういうこと？私たちは
It's like an orientation.
オリエンテーション？
It's to get them used to the new environment. I think that's why it's only first years. But like, why so long after they've already fucking integrated into the school? Like, what? It just doesn't make sense. But Karen wasn't looking for a logical explanation.
行きたいな。私も遠足。ダメなのかな？行ったら。
Huh?
だってほら、転校生って立場としては新入生と同じだし。
I was gonna bring that up, but like, I guess so. Have they made exceptions with transfer students? That's the thing. Seeing how dejected Karen was, I realized that I shouldn't let the opportunity pass. Well, should we all tag along?
そうしよう。やった！
I mean, I guess the field trip is happening on the weekend, so it's not really like you can't go because you'll miss classes or whatever, right? I was sure they wouldn't send us anywhere. They wouldn't send us away.
めぐみは？私は明日はちょっとパスで。
Alright, Luna. Tell us the meeting time later.
了解です。へえ、これが電車。
Damn, a new background. Luna had been enthralled ever since we bought our tickets to at the station. Hey, don't hang for the handles and swing around like a kid. Don't climb up on the rack. I could see your panties. Not the first time.
電車では何をしていたらいいです？
Well, I mean, just sit quietly? Look outside? A lot of the other students were fiddling with their phones, but the princesses didn't have one.
では、外を見るです。
Okay. We moved over near the door. Luna gazed outside with intrigue at the scenery zipping past. It brought a smile to my face to see her innocently enjoying something so mundane to me.
しかしまあ、駅員と申すのですか？実に失敬な輩ですな。
What's the problem, Dora?
動物は乗車をお控えくださいなどとのかしおった。
Well, you're an animal. But the station attendant just stood bewildered at Dora's angry rant, as we all kind of shuffled onto the train.
駅員もさることながら、この電車という乗り物も我が輩気に入りませぬ。
Why not?
こんな大人数で一緒くたに運ばれるなどと、お嬢様には全くふさわしくないでござる。
Well, it's why it's so cheap.
なんでよ、楽でいいじゃない。おお、なんと。
It's convenient, it's cheap, it's kind of like objectively best form of transportation in Japan, so, you know.
何がなんとよ。専用の馬車に乗って移動することと比べれば、まさに月とすっぽんかと存じまする。
Okay, it's not that bad. It's not dirt, it's more like copper. Sure, let's go with that. I'm thinking of in fucking terms of league ranks. God damn it.
私はあんな狭苦しい馬車でパッカパッカとされるよりは、この電車の方が気に入ったけどね。
I was thinking more of like Rainbow Six Siege rankings, because if I was thinking in league rank, I'd be more like iron. Yeah. Bronze. Dora seemed upset at Lucy's change of heart.
早くお菓子食べたいな。何しに行くと思ってるのよ。ルーチェも献血しないとお菓子食べちゃいけないんだからな。どっちにしろ別に食べたくないけど。また痩せ我慢してる。うるさいわね。献血終わったら何しよっか。荒らぎサンプラザにでも行ってみる？
Araragi Sun Plaza was a massive place outside the station with all kinds of facilities.
ああ、そうだ、知ってる？この前のオーディションって荒らぎサンプラザで行われたんだよ。
It's just, look, Araragi does not sound right. What auditions?
AKG に決まってるでしょ。
Fuck. Oh, right. I remembered her talking about that.
ああ、ほんともったいない。言うな、出ればよかったのにな。その話はもう何度も聞いた。
Listen, all I'm saying is I don't think Yuna wants to be an idol. Not because she wouldn't succeed, but because it completely ruins her chances of dating Yuta. That's all I'm saying.
今言ってみたのはもったいないってだけじゃなくて、ユーナは知ってる？何？やっぱり知らないか。だから何？臨時のオーディションよ。臨時のオーディション？
KG does bonus auditions too?
初めての試み。今まではずっと年一で、だからネットじゃ結構騒ぎになってるみたい。
Whoa.
なんて 言ったっけ？ほら、AKG マニアのウッシーの友達。
Ikeda? What about him?
彼にちょっと聞いてみてよ。
Yeah, the dude bro I tried to make a voice for. Ask him what? Oh, the dude bro voice. The guy yeah.
だから臨時のオーディションのこと。
Why? Oh, you want to try out, Shibuyan?
いや、私は
Shibuyan laughed awkwardly and scrunched up next to Yu-chan.
だからこのチャンスを生かせるじゃない。
She was pulled out of her reverie, causing her response to be delayed.
だって来年になったら受験で忙しくてそんなお遊びもしてられないでしょ。せっかくだし出てみるのもいいと思うんだけどね。
Have fun? It's more than just fun for the people who do it.
そりゃそうよ。でもさ、私もユーナがアイドルになれるとはやっぱり思わないわよ。人間向き不向きがある。
Yeah, and I'm sure she doesn't want to lose her chances with Yuta. I nodded. Her looks were on point, of course, but to survive in the idol world, ferocity and competitiveness were a must. And that was just the way I imagined it, at least. Yeah, that's true. And as far as Yu-chan went, I just think she was a little too gentle to survive in that cutthroat environment.
だからまあ記念っていうか、花の命は短いわけだしね。ああ、記念。そっか。
Well then, why don't you do it, Shibuyan? I think Yuta is saying that one.
いや、私はこう見えて内弁慶で。
Yuna didn't say Shibuyan, so yeah, that's why I think.
何？い
I didn't say anything else.
や、ウッシーに言ったんじゃなくて。
Huh? We both looked at Yu-chan as a matter of fact. She did say something to that effect.
別になんでもないよ。
Memory. Her voice was shaky. Hey, what gives? Count me in if you're talking about AKG. And why do you look so happy?
ああ、AKG の話っていうのともちょっと違うんだけどね。
Ikeda ignored her and started talking. That part of him was so otaku-like. According to him, the bonus auditions were indeed being held for the first time, but there was a lot of misinformation. The sign-ups were until the 15th of next month, and all the chicks at school, Ikeda's words not mine, were going nuts. They're even getting pictures taken by pros. I'm like, you better get that you better get that photoshopped. And they actually listened. You're nuts. Alright, I'm out. Dude bro, out. He said his piece, then he was gone just as quick.
マニアだ。
You can say that again.
へえ、中心街というだけあってさすがに賑わっているのね。ずいぶん人が多いんだ。
Stay in line, everyone, so we don't get split up. The teacher was teaching, and treating us like a group of elementary school kids. Well, I guess it's hard to manage this many kids. They were way more than usual after all. I was never conscious of it at school, but we really stood out here in our school uniforms. I wonder. They all seem to be so much prettier against the city backdrop. Maybe it was just the feeling of being out and about in our school uniforms. Hey, Luna, where are you going? Luna turned back around toward me, and she came scampering back.
この街は刺激に満ちているです。
I didn't know she had ADHD. What?
ルルちゃん、はぐれないように手をつなぎましょうか。
We walked for a few minutes and arrived at the blood donation place. The waiting room was spacious, but with this many people, it still felt pretty packed. I'm surprised that they made a background for this, considering it's probably gonna... I would be surprised if this wasn't a one-off background. And they couldn't draw blood all at once, so we had to deal with a decent waiting period.
いい香り。
Uh-oh.
香り？ルーチェ、こういう消毒薬みたいな匂い好きなの？ああ、いえ。
No, she's not smelling the disinfectant. It's...
ほんとだ。お菓子の甘い匂いがする。違うわよ。なんか言った？何も。お菓子？わかんないや。かりんちゃんって鼻いいんだね。
I mean, she is a fox, so... I mean, she's human. Definitely human.
楽しみ。早く回ってこないかな。
Hmm? I heard what sounded like a whimper and was immediately concerned. Lucy, what's the matter? You look pale. It's too much blood.
体調悪くなってきたの？無理しない方がいいよ。いえ、そういうわけではないのだけど。
She confidently answered, but didn't look okay at all.
血を見ると気分が悪くなる人ってたまにいるから、そういうの？
No, more like... I think it's more of the case. There's so much blood, she might not be able to control her instincts. So, maybe.
まあ。
Lucy just smiled. Seeing blood. Yeah, there was no way a vampire couldn't handle seeing a little blood. Lucy waited for that moment. Shibuyan's attention drifted elsewhere and leaned toward me.
我慢しているのよ。
Yeah, that's what I thought. She winked mischievously at me. She did look a little pale, but looking more closely, I could see she was holding up well. Oh, so that's all, huh? The meaning behind her words finally clicked when she said it smells wonderful in here. When our number was about to be called, Lucy was visibly shaking. To the unbeknownst, she just looked ill. Yorihime caught on quickly.
ルーチェはやめにして、外で待っていたらどうですか？
But Lucy shook her head as if leaving was a trial in itself. Yorihime surely knew the situation. She advised her to do so because she was conscious of onlookers. They too looked at Lucy with concern for her condition. I am so glad Dora is not here. It was a medical facility, so it didn't take much convincing. It would be pandemonium with Dora in here. Yeah, especially after what happened in 2020. I mean... The line grew shorter, and it was almost our turn. We gave our sign-in sheets to the nurse. She took one look at Lucy and frowned. I think we should have you sheet this one out, Lucy. I don't know if she sounds like she really wants to give her blood to people. Then some people who had just finished giving blood exited the back room. They sped by us and felt a and felt a small waft of air generated by the momentum. Oh, I felt a small waft of air. It's a blessing and a curse that she has a strong sense of smell. Go. I hurried and caught Lucy on the verge of collapse. This way. Okay. The nurse helped me get Lucy onto a bed to rest. The waiting room was in a flurry when we returned. Naturally, everyone was worried, but there were other conversations too. Katie, when she sees blood, she has a cuter side than I expected. Phrasing it like that is a little rude. I guess so.
ちょっと勘違いされているみたいです。
Very much so. Yeah. I mean, no shit. No one knows she's a vampire, but still. We finished giving blood and Lucy had come to by then. She once returned to the waiting room. Our classmates surrounded her. I wonder if she was imagining Yuta's blood. And that's why she fainted. I don't know. Surely it wasn't just the smell of the blood, right? Lucy, are you okay? More like, is she okay, Mr. Guy Girl voice? I mean, Miss Guy Girl voice. Girl voice guy. At least he was a bit surprised to be approached by them. But she smiled in return.
ありがとう。心配してくれて。
For some reason, all of this was part of her arc? Scene? Something like that. Well, we were worried. but to almost faint even before you give blood, that was unexpectedly cute. She said that, but I let her know it was kind of rude to phrase it like that. Oh, it was a guy. It was a girl who said that.
本当やん。
I thought it was a guy, that's why I changed it to guy voice. If you couldn't tell, Lucy answered in a way, answered with one of the most natural smiles I'd seen from her. It was worlds better than her forced smile the other day. Her sociopath smile. She had somehow managed to grow closer to her classmates with that whole ordeal. For some reason, all of that was just for her part. So now we can move on to Karen's, right? Because I was waiting for it. Considering that everyone else had like 1 to 2 days, and then Lucy's got almost the whole week for shit. Right? Because you got Luna with the softball shit, you got Yorihime with her classmates, you got Julie with the dreams shit, and then you got Lucy with the hard to talk to people, hard for people to approach her shit, leading into blood. More confusing, more convoluted. We decided to postpone Araragi Sun Plaza for another day as we walked back to the station. Or rather, Shibuyan said,
貧血で倒れた後だもん。遊ぶわけにはいかないよね。
in a manner of speaking, what Shibuyan said wasn't far from the truth. Anemic. Yeah. Definitely why she fainted. Back at school, Lucy looked like she had finally calmed down. She slumped her shoulders and moped, though.
それにしても飲みたかったわね。
Yeah, have some blood.
ルーチ、声が。
Not give blood. Have blood. A couple of people turned back to look at the look as they passed.
あ、チータイムにする？
Bro.
私、白玉ぜんざい大盛りでー。また食べるの？だって後が疲れていたからあんまり食べられなかったんだもん。
I saw her. I saw it all. She went full-on Cookie Monster back there. I wish I could see it all as well. What? I made sure there were no customers in the shop and asked in a small voice. But you really crave blood that much? Enough to collapse? Well, considering she hasn't had any since she came here.
私ね、実を言えばほとんど飲んだことはないのよ。実際のところたった一度きりだわ。
So Lucy with blood is like Julie with the dreams thing, right? Like the fundamental I don't know how to phrase it.
なぜって、吸血鬼にとって吸血とは愛の行為だから。
Well, yeah, but that doesn't mean you can't drink it. You know, that's why you drink fucking tomato juice. Because it's the most similar to blood looking. It seemed like they all overheard her whispering. Their faces told as much.
ユータとのちぎり思い出してしまうわね。
Yeah. Oh, ha ha ha. I involuntarily touched my scar and dryly laughed in front of the others.